Hey everyone, how's it going? It is Chris here again with another watch review. This one here is from a company called AVI, and yeah, it's a pilot type watch, owned by Dartmouth brands, same brand that owns Spinnaker, but different looking watch. And so let's take a look at it here. It's the box that it comes in. And this is the display, so it's pretty cool. Like, it looks like an old locker, that you would get, if you're in the military. So pretty cool looking watch box. It says AV8 there at the top. And here's a bunch of the stuff inside the box. Yeah, the watch has a great looking watch. It's a nice large watch too, so it fits really great on my wrist. And the band itself is a really nice soft leather band. It's fairly thick, so well, it's not really wide. It's a 22 millimeter length width on the band, but the band itself, you can see, it's a nice thick leather band here, and it's nice and soft. So it's a very comfortable watch to wear. But yeah, this is called from a company called AVI, and it's this is the Hawker Hunter. So it's kind of named after the airplane, the RAF fighter interceptor Hawker Hunter, which was brought into the RAF in the late 40s, early 50s. In 1953, I think it broke the world speed record, going over 227 miles an hour or something like that. So it's a pretty fast airplane, and it was built around, obviously, the Cold War. Single seat fighter interceptor, had 30 millimeter cannons to it, Sidewinder missiles, and Maverick missiles. So pretty formidable airplane at the time. And so they decided to make a tribute to an iconic airplane, and created a watch around that brand. This is the color is called charcoal ember brown, and the model is 4052-02. So that depicts the dial color, and I wanted the brown band to it too, so I thought it just kind of separated the watch and made it look a little more elegant, and put more focus on the watch face itself. The watch case is 45 millimeters. The thickness is 12 millimeters, and like I said, the band width is 22 millimeters, and lug to lug is 54.6 millimeters. The lens is mineral glass anti-reflective lens to it, and it's a genuine leather strap. 50 meters of water resistance, but I don't plan on going diving with this thing. And it's got a really great lume to it. That's these dials here that will glow in the dark, once the lights go out. So great looking watch, super easy to wear, tons of compliments on it. I believe it goes for about $245, so not too expensive. It's another microbrand company, and I am a massive, huge fan of microbrands, and a big supporter of microbrands. I like supporting smaller companies, smaller brands. You're gonna get something that is so different. It's something that you're not going to see out there, and certainly this watch here is definitely a testament to that. You're not going to see another one like this. Very much a pilot looking watch. I am a pilot. I'm not sure if you people knew that. I was a pilot for 20 years. Flew all over the Arctic, all up north, floats, corporate, paramedicine up in the Arctic into the mountains at night. Got chased around by polar bears, got shot at, And then I went over to the airlines. So I was with Air Canada for quite a while, and I was never home. And now I'm a full-time professional photographer. Shoot mainly weddings, lots of corporate. So if you're looking for a very good wedding photographer, look me up. They've got me listed as one of the best in Canada, so that's kind of nice. I'm not sure how that happened, but I'll take it. And you can see here on the dials, I'll zoom in here. This is a very cool looking, like I said, watch. And it's got a very, you can see the kind of texture to the dial itself. And up here, these are like aircraft instruments, or supposed to represent aircraft instruments. And this here, on the Hunter, that is your engine temperature gauge. This one here, that would be, what am I can remember, this is be your altimeter gauge, and this down here, I believe, looks like, no, sorry, this is your altimeter, and this one here, this would be your vertical speed indicator. So it tells you if you're how much you're climbing by. So on this end here, if you were like right now, this would look like you are in about a 4,000 to 5,000 foot per minute descent, going down. So that's a pretty fast descent. But anyway, that's the basis of the this dial here, and you can see it too. It's got a nice date window here, fairly large, easy to read. And this watch is kind of close to my heart. Being a pilot myself, and liking the whole aviation side of things. But I used to work with a really, really great guy. Haven't talked to him in years. I don't even know how to get a hold of him. So Brian, if you're watching this, contact me, man. I miss you. But he was my director of maintenance and became one of my closest friends, and kept me alive up north a lot, because I had this one story one time. I was flying an Islander up in northern Alberta. Plane came out, did all the walk around, logbook was in the airplane, everything was great. Did a run up, and went out and did a test flight on it. And booted down the runway. There's a river on one end and river on the other. Very short little runway up in the middle of nowhere in northern Alberta. And go to pull back to rotate the aircraft, and the plane nose sticks to the ground. So I'm like, Jesus. So I pull back again, and it still sticks to the ground, and it goes even further, right? I'm like, for the love of God. They put my vertical horizontal stabs in. Like, that's a little wing at the back. They put that in upside down. So I push forward like in a tail dragger, and the plane goes up in the air. So now I'm flying this bloody circuit, empty of course, thank God, around, trying not to crash the bloody airplane, get it back down on the ground. I go back in and talk to Brian. I said, Brian, the plane, someone's buggered up the plane, and the vertical stabilizer or horizontal stabilizer's in backwards. And he's like, well, your plane wasn't even ready to go yet. I said, well, yeah, it was towed out. The logbook was signed off. The logbook was put in the airplane. Everything, the run up was all good. And because it's a high winged airplane, you can't really see the back of what it's doing. And so anyway, so he looked and he's like, no, your plane's still in for maintenance. And it was this one guy, he wasn't supposed to be working on airplanes. He was just kind of like, he could put the seats in, and he was kind of the guy who washed the airplanes and stuff like that. But he really liked me and wanted to do me a solid to get my airplane out. So he did that with the back wings in upside down, sent it out, and I could hear Brian screaming, Jesus, if it was anybody else but Chris in this airplane, you would have killed him. And they fired the poor guy on the spot, ran them out of town. It was a little tiny town in the middle of nowhere in northern Alberta. And yeah, anyway, Brian and I have had so many great stories, great tales, awesome adventures. And he ended up getting on with a company called Northern Lights, and it's kind of like our snowbirds, but they also did, along with demonstrations in the aircraft, they also did some training for their Canadian military, and they operated as kind of like our cruise missile systems or missiles on planes, and they would do adversary roles as well. And believe it or not, the plane they used was the Hawker Hunter. So Brian went over to London, picked up a bunch of these airplanes, got them all back, and took a bunch of the crap out that they didn't need. And he gave me some of the stuff. So this here is the Mach meter from a Hawker Hunter. Yeah, so this is a cool little thing I kind of keep in my library. And this here is the bomb sight and release of the Hawker Hunter, and you can see it's got flares and external stuff, and you can flip this up and press the button and away it goes, kind of thing, and then this is a weapons system here that they can choose from, and engage and everything. So it's pretty neat little, kind of a cool little thing, kind of a conversation piece that I keep in my library. And yeah, so my good buddy Brian got that for me, and you can see here on this watch, this little red button here is kind of the missile release system, in the aircraft that you would press. So very cool watch, and from that a really close friend of mine had something to do with. So yeah, so that's kind of the story of the watch. Love it, love wearing it. Fits great. I've had it for a couple of years now, and yeah, they've got a bunch of different models, and I'm thinking about getting a few more for the watch collection here. So we'll see. But yeah, another really great example of a microbrand watch company. So I highly recommend you guys picking up something like this. It's very unique. Anyone who's into aviation or pilot or anything, that anybody has anything to do with aviation, or you're just a pilot, aviation fan, it's a very cool watch. Yeah, so I'd really appreciate it if you guys liked and subscribed to this channel. Truly appreciate you guys watching this and listening to me ramble on about stuff. Maybe I'll put more of these crazy flying stories in, because there's a lot of crazy stories. In 20 years of flying, there's a lot of weird and nutty things that have happened, and some really funny stuff, some really scary stuff, bizarre stuff, yeah. So maybe I'll include some of those in the next couple videos. But yeah, and there's gonna be a lot of giveaways. Probably do some watch giveaways, at some point. Definitely cigar giveaways that we're doing for reviews. Scotch sampling giveaways. Probably even some bottle giveaways. To all those who like and subscribe to this channel. So I'd really appreciate it if you did like and subscribe to it. I love this kind of stuff, and I really appreciate that you guys kind of following along with me. It's you guys are amazing. You truly are, and I really truly do appreciate it. And I'm all about rewarding people who reward me and make me happy, and I really truly appreciate it. And I like making people happy, so I like giving away stuff. And but yeah, thanks again for watching. Take care and have a really great day. Bye bye.